Hello my friends and welcome to a different, more relaxed type of video. The end of 2022 is upon us. On the date of recording this, it is November 22nd. Beautiful Tuesday morning here. And I am going to kind of do something a little bit different. I know other content creators do this kind of a video, and I want to put my take on it too. This is my wish list for Nintendo's doings in the year 2023. This is going to be kind of a more relaxed, unscripted type of video. I have some bullet points, and I've got some wishes. I've got some wishes that I want Nintendo to acknowledge and do everything that I say. Please, it will make me a very happy boy. But let's just get right into it. First wish that I have on this list is earlier in 2022, we got a brand new Kirby game, Kirby in the Forgotten Land, and it shook up the Kirby formula. I want the same type of shakeup for a new Yoshi game. I know Yoshi's Crafted World, I think, came out in 2018 or 2019, and it was fine. It was a very safe game. I want a true 3D Yoshi game. I want them to just go hog wild, and I want to see Yoshi in the three-dimensional space. I think it would do wonders for the character. I think a lot of people would be like, yes, you know, this is Yoshi is a very beloved character, and I think having that big 3D world is gonna do it wonders. Next on the wish list is a game that it's a sequel to a game that I find very fascinating on the Switch, and it's one that had really rave reviews and has since just kind of disappeared, and I want Astral Chain 2. Astral Chain is one of my favorite games on the Switch. I'd probably put it in my top 5 favorite Switch games, and it's a game that means a lot to me. It kind of came out during early in the pandemic. Well, not early in the pandemic. I think it came out 2019, if I'm remembering correctly, but I didn't beat it until, early in the pandemic, spring of 2020. So I have a lot of fond memories of just being in my room during the lockdown, getting off of my work from home job and just playing Astral Chain until, night. And it was a vibe. And I really want Astral Chain 2 to get its chance, because I think it would be just a really good game. I love Astral Chain, and I don't think I can say enough about it. Obviously, Game Boy and Game Boy Color on NSO. I know a lot of people are saying, they want GameCube first, and don't get me wrong, I love GameCube. But I think Game Boy and Game Boy Color should also be included if they're going to have this be the formula going forward of having, playing retro games. Just put Game Boy and Game Boy Color on there. I think there's a lot of beloved classics on there that people want to play that, are very expensive nowadays. I know. Put Link's Awakening DX on there. Put the Pokemon games on there. Put Tetris on there. Donkey Kong Land. I don't know. Just have whatever. Put whatever on it. It'll sell. It'll be great. Add it as part of the expansion, please, Nintendo. Here's a good one. Earlier in 2020. This is gonna be a Pokemon one, but it's not gonna be for Scarlet and Violet. I know. Early in 2020, the Pokemon Company released. I shouldn't say they released. They revived Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, and that is a spin-off series that I hold very near and dear to me. I'd say besides the main series, it is probably my favorite spin-offs. And recently, the Pokemon spin-offs have been really on point. New Pokemon Snap, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon DX, they've been real good. And I would love to see either a remake of the Explorers games or just a brand new title in the Mystery Dungeon series. And I want it to have the story and the feel of the Explorers and DX, because I think I've kind of played Gates to Infinity, and I think I stopped playing it a little bit partway through just because it wasn't doing it for me. The story just wasn't really, pulling me in. And I know the music is fantastic, but I want Mystery Dungeon in the style of DX or Explore or remake Explorers. I really think the Explorers or the Mystery Dungeon games have so much potential in them, and they're not utilizing it. So please, Game Freak, give me give me Mystery Dungeon. I will be a one happy boy. Here's another sequel here, Super Mario Odyssey 2. Please, Super Mario Odyssey was such a good game, and I feel like nowadays there are those the detractors are coming out of the woodworks for saying this game was terrible and nobody should like it, and they're entitled to their opinions. But I mean, Odyssey 1 was great. It's my favorite 3D Mario game. And Breath of the Wild is coming out with its sequel, Tears of the Kingdom. I want to see Mario Odyssey 2, just make, people are probably thinking, what more can you do with the Odyssey formula? I mean, just make new worlds. I wrote part of this list, really, I shouldn't even say late last night. It was like 1 in the morning when I made this list, so... one of the worlds that I came up with is a callback to Mario 64, which is in turn a callback to Mario 3, and you can probably already guess it, Tiny Huge Island. I think Tiny Huge Island was great in Mario 64. You can absolutely, with the Switch's memory limitations and everything, you can expand upon it and make it even bigger, a bigger idea. Make Huge Island huger, make Tiny Island tinier. Just really run wild with anything. If it's a crazy idea, is this gonna work? Just do it. I mean, it's gonna be awesome either way. January 2023. Fire Emblem Engage is set to release. I've always wanted to get into the Fire Emblem games, and Three Houses kind of interested me, but I had other pressing games, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, to play, and I never got around to it. And by the time I had I don't really have the game library to do it, but I really want Fire Emblem Engage to just be really good. I want to completely blow me away, because it's going to be my first Fire Emblem game that I've really given a chance, and it looks really promising. It looks like a lot of fun. It looks like something that I will wake up on a cold Saturday morning, drink my coffee, get under a nice cozy blanket with my cat on my lap, and just playing it in the morning. It just seems like such a good Saturday morning game, and I really want that experience. So I really want Fire Emblem Engage to be just spectacular. 10 out of 10s everywhere. I want it to blow everyone away. I have one Metroid wish. I don't want a Metroid Prime teaser trailer. I think it's been too long. I want nothing more than a full-blown Metroid Prime 4 trailer. Not a teaser. Like I said, no teaser. I want a full-blown Metroid Prime 4. It's been way too long since Metroid Prime 4 has even been teased. And then it's been a long time since Metroid Prime 4 has been scrapped, and it's been even longer since it's been teased. 2017. We are going on 7. We're going to be going on 7 years in 2023. It is not too early to ask for just a full trailer. I mean, I want to know what this game is about. I just want to see if the control scheme is going to be dual analog. I want to see if it's going to continue on from Prime 3, or if it's just going to start a brand new trilogy. I want to know maybe not everything. I want a full reveal. Metroid Prime 4 reveal, please, thank you. I am a recent Pikmin fan. I've had one and two, well, I've had one on the Wii for quite some time. I've had 3 on the Wii U for even longer, but I also have 2 on the Wii, but I have never beaten a Pikmin game until 3 Deluxe came out. And I had such a fun time playing it through co-op with my wife that I really want Pikmin 4 to just be the best Pikmin game of all time. I really want it to sell well, and I want the fans... I feel like the fans are going to be pleased anyway, because Pikmin is such a title that is hardly ever seen a release, so I feel like the fans are going to be pleased, but I just want it to be blown away. I want more Pikmin types. I want a bigger world. I would love it if it was a connected world. I doubt it's going to be, because that's not really how Pikmin does, but if it was a connected world, dude, sign me up. It would be awesome. I also want a new game in a series that hasn't had one in forever. I know Star Fox and F-Zero are the biggest contenders. I don't know if F-Zero will ever get one. Star Fox is kind of likely, but I'm going to posit a new one. I want to see a Golden Sun game. I know we had 2 for the GBA and 1 for the DS, and everyone's clamoring for their Final Fantasies, and I'm like, but Golden Sun is right there, and it's just as good. You can even do it in the HD 2D style, and I think it would sell really well. The music's great. I haven't played the second, and I don't own the third one, but I have played a little bit of the first one, and I've really, really enjoyed my time with it. Actually, I need to put that on my priorities list to beat, because I really love it. I know a lot of people have a lot of respect for it. So if it's not a Star Fox, if it's not F-Zero, even if it's not Golden Sun, I want to see Nintendo release a game in a series that just hasn't really had one in a long time. And I can't believe I'm about to say this, but my next wish is I want a new 2D Mario, but not a new Super Mario Bros. Game. No, I want it to really shake up, just change the way 2D Mario is perceived. I want it to change, maybe a new art style, perhaps a new villain. Question mark. I would love a new villain. Because if you think about it, the first 4 2D Mario games all had wildly different art styles and different ideas and concepts. So Mario 1, it was, your basic Mario, get to the end, you're going through the Mushroom Kingdom, you stop Bowser. Mario 2 was a very different game, for obvious reasons. I mean, everyone knows it's not the original Mario 2, but the American Mario 2 went up against a new villain, and it had different platforming styles, it had different enemies. And Mario 3 went back to a Mario feel, but one, it gave us an overworld. It had brand new power-ups, and we weren't just traveling through the Mushroom Kingdom. We were going through different kingdoms. If you recall, the kings of those kingdoms were changed into something different. And then obviously Mario World is just Mario World. I don't really have an opinion on it. I haven't beaten it. But I really want the next 2D Mario to completely redefine what a 2D Mario can be. I don't want a new Super Mario Bros. 5 or whatever. I don't want new Super Mario Bros. Switch. I just want a new 2D Mario. I know Mario Maker exists, and that can be the new 2D Mario. But I think Nintendo can really just pull it out with a new 2D Mario game. I am a really big Mother/Earthbound fan. I love Earthbound. I'm playing through Mother 3 on a cart, but I think I have two Mother wishes. I want a Mother 3 official localization. It's time. I mean, come on. I know the fan translation out there exists, but I know there are people out there that want to play the official localization, and they should have that opportunity to do it. Here's one that I think I actually might want more than a Mother 3 official localization, and I can't believe I'm saying this. I want a Mother 1 remake. And by remake, I don't mean, just a simple upscaling, maybe a different art style. I want it in the style of Final Fantasy VII Remake, where it almost feels like a completely different game. You still hit the same story beats, but, obviously there's going to be a new art style, up-resed. But I want changes to the story, better game design, changes to the dialogue, and I should elaborate more on better design. I mean, it's almost impossible to play Mother 1 without a guide. Basically, the whole point of it is you got to find these songs to attune to help complete the game. I haven't beaten it. I don't know exactly a bunch of it, but I do know that. However, there's really just no info on where these songs are. So unless you've played it before or you're using a guide, you're going to be wandering around for hours on end. So just better design on where to look for those tunes. Make it so that once you get all 4 of those party members, I know NES had its limitations, keep all 4 of those party members in your party. I think it would really change. I know it would change up how the flow of battles and better dialogue. I want hints on where to go next. Bring back the Hitman from Earthbound, but just really go wild with the Mother 1 remake. I think everyone would appreciate that. Earthbound Beginnings it was great to finally see it localized, but yeah, it should just be a full-blown remake. I know people will probably say no, Earthbound deserves a remake. I don't know if I want that. Mainly because it's the same as how I feel about a Chrono Trigger remake. They're both such perfect games as is that I don't want them really to change. I think they're perfect as is. Next, I would love to see what Mario and Luigi are doing. Not like the Mario and Luigi series. I know Alpha Dream went bankrupt and they don't own the Mario and Luigi IP. But I mean, it's the Mario RPG game now. I know Paper Mario is kind of coming back, but I mean, I'm not getting into the whole Paper Mario debate. Mario and Luigi is the RPG series. I want to see what they're going to do next. I think if you're going to give them to a studio, I think Next Level would be a perfect development team to give that project to. Which I'll just bring it into another wish later on, or I'll bring a later wish to now since it comes in. I want to see what Next Level's doing now. I know they just released Mario Strikers to some fanfare. I was really excited for it, but it kind of, I haven't really gotten into it as much. I want to see what Next Level's doing. I know I wouldn't mind a Luigi's Mansion 4. I doubt it. I bet that's probably going to come into the next console. I just want to see what they're doing. Maybe it's a new IP that's going to be specific to them. But I want to see what Next Level's doing. I want to know what they're doing. Here's kind of a third party wish. I want a new Pac-Man. I know Pac-Man World Repack kind of released, and I want to see something, not a Pac-Man World 4, but something in that style. Maybe, obviously I want it to be a 3D platformer, but I just want a new Pac-Man, and I want it to just be just really, really good. Everything's polished, platforming is fantastic, the dialogue is silly and witty because it's Pac-Man. It's just a round guy. I want it to be great. That's it. That's send tweet. I just want a new Pac-Man game. Xenoblade is my favorite series of all time. And I know we just got Xenoblade 3, but I'm going to be here wishing not for Xenoblade Chronicles 4, but a Xenosaga remaster. I hope it's released in the trilogy, but I don't think I would complain, and I don't think anyone would complain if they were released as individual releases, especially in 3's case, as it is. At my local GameStop, they're selling Xenosaga 3 for $250, and I'd rather spend $60 versus, $250. And for Xenosaga, I think I kind of want the control to feel a little bit better. And then just HD texture it. Otherwise, don't really change it, because not a lot of people have experienced it as is. So I wouldn't recommend, Final Fantasy VII remaking it and just completely changing it. I want people to experience it as is. Here's one that I know everyone wants. I want, please, more Mario Party boards for Mario Party Super Rush. I know there's, I think, only 5 right now, and most Mario Parties have 6, but because this is kind of like a best of, I want them to, they don't have to roll this out right away, dropping all these, but I think 2 boards from each game, Mario Parties 1 through 8, I think would be fantastic. Add a second one from 3, bring the 2 most popular from 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, my personal picks for Mario Party, for Mario Party 8, for example, I would love to have the Shy Guy Express and, GK Jungle or something, of fan favorites to come back and just really make Mario Party Super Rush like the definitive Mario Party for the Switch. Bring all those boards back, you know, just have as many, what is it, 16 boards. Is it a lot? Yeah, but it's also like a best of. So I might be asking a bit too much, but it's my wish list. You know, make your wish list as crazy as you want, because you want it. 1 from 3 will suffice, but I think 2 from every game will be really pleasing to the fans. A new 2D Zelda game. I know we're getting Tears of the Kingdom here. I don't think we got a Zelda game in 2022. It would have been Tears of the Kingdom, but we didn't. It's being pushed back. So yeah, we didn't get our Zelda quota here. I know a lot of people were saying, you know, Twilight Princess HD and Wind Waker were HD, and I love those too. But I want either just a new 2D Zelda game. I wouldn't mind a remake of the Oracle games. I would much rather see a remake of the Minish Cap. Oh God. Sorry, on my notes it says Minowin, and that is not something I remember typing last night. Or, even more so, an entirely new 2D Zelda game. Make it happen. Ooh, here's one that I don't think anyone is going to be wishing for. I want the 3DS Ace Attorney games on Switch. I know we got the great Ace Attorney games, and I think the Spirit of Justice and the Dual Destinies. Now that the 3DS shop is completely shut down, there is just no way to play those. And as an Ace Attorney fan who got into it after the 3DS shop shut down, that sucks. That's a bummer. I want to play those games, so I think they should be brought to the Switch. They're great games. Ace Attorney, please play them. They're fantastic. You can play the first 3 on Switch digital, and you can play Greatest Attorneys. So do it, please. And then give us the 3DS Ace Attorney games. Also kind of third party, but it's related to Nintendo because I know they're going to release them on Nintendo. I want to see more info on Dragon Quest 12 and then Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D Remake. It's such a long title, I know. I'm a big Dragon Quest fan, probably more so than the Final Fantasy series for me. And I remember, I think it was back in 2020, where they were having that big 35th anniversary, and they announced these 2 specific games. And I was so excited, and we haven't heard anything since. So I want some info, maybe, you know, a teaser trailer for 12 because they only released the title, and then a full reveal trailer for the Dragon Quest 3 remake. Just a couple more on this list here. Miitopia got something on the Switch, and that was a 3DS game. And so I think that opens the door to having more 3DS ports. And here is my big one. I don't think it's going to happen, but this is a 3DS game that came late in the 3DS's life, kind of when the Switch came out. I want Ever Oasis to be on the Switch, either as a remake or a full-blown sequel. I didn't get it on release day. I got it actually just recently, but it has been on my radar since release date because it looked so endearing, and I've only played about a couple hours of it, but guys, it is so charming, and I want everyone to experience this. So please, Ever Oasis 2 / Ever Oasis Remake. I think it would make my day, and I would promote it heavily. It's such a charming game. The last one from me specifically is I want just a brand new IP that Nintendo gives a really big budget to, and they just say, here you go. Here's all this money. You know, time frame, you know, what time frame? You take all the time you need, polish it up, make it just super great. You know, think of the impact I want it to have. Think of it as Splatoon. You know, they just market it super crazy, and it does really well sales wise. It's a huge, you know, IP seller. Maybe not as big as Splatoon or, you know, any of the big heavy hitters, but, you know, think of like a Xenoblade. Not in terms of scale in that type of game, but just how important and popular it is. You know, a second party developed game I think would be fantastic. That's all the wishes I have for me, but my wife actually has a couple wishes, and she's not here to record this with me, so I'm going to include them for her. Her big one is Dragon Quest Builders. She's more the Final Fantasy fan, but she spent so much time playing Dragon Quest Builders 2 that I think she would love to see Dragon Quest Builders 3. And then she also she wants more specialty controllers like Xenoblade and Splatoon. So please, whenever think of Tears of the Kingdom, whenever that comes out, specialty pro controller, because I don't have enough of those. So anyway, that was my 2023 wish list. I would like to make this an annual thing, just because I love videos like this, and they always say make the type of videos that you yourself would watch. So please head on down to the comments. What you want for 2023 from Nintendo. And I appreciate you for walking. I appreciate you for walking, but I also appreciate you for clicking on this video. Thank you all so much, and I hope you all have a wonderful... This is probably going to go up after Thanksgiving, so I hope you all have a wonderful holiday season.